We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. So whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right.
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what. It's a big, real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
Next up on our conspiracy theory that turned out to be true, the Dead Baby Project. Laughing at crazy conspiracy theories is good and fun until it turns out to be true. Take the conspiracy theory surrounding Project Sunshine. For example, in the wake of Hiroshima, the U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of a nuclear fallout on the human body. So the conspiracy theory was that the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. This actually turned out to be true. The government was stealing parts of dead bodies because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children, and then take samples, even limbs, and each collected without notification or permission of more than 1,500 grieving families. I don't know about you all, but I would be sick to my stomach, if not upset and angry, if anyone did this. Bad booze. So the conspiracy is that during the Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking it. This actually turned out to be true. Crazy conspiracy theories almost always suggest the government is behind it all, and they were right again. Manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition. But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine. They didn't stop bootleggers or their customers, and by the end of Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans had been killed by tainted booze. Limiting alcohol is a health advice of doctors that they can all agree on, but people are divided about these conspiracy theories still. The First Lady who ran the country. The conspiracy is a stroke rendered President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife superstitiously stepped in. This happens to also be true. Wilson did suffer a debilitating stroke towards the end of his presidency, but the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. The public didn't learn about his stroke for months, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson, was making the most executive decisions, despite Miss Wilson's claiming that she acted only as a steward. Historians who have analyzed the Wilson term in office confirm that for well over a year, Miss Wilson was effectively president. Government mind control. The conspiracy is the CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in top secret experiment on behavior modification. As it turns out, this is true. The program was known as MK-Ultra, and it was real. The CIA started by using volunteers. The novelist Ken Kesey was one notable subject, but the program heads soon began dosing people without their knowledge. MK-Ultra left many victims permanently and mentally disabled. This is crazy, yo. I was doing some research on this the other day, and this is out there that people don't think that the government has the ability to use mind control on us. As it turns out, this is actually very true, and there was like a whole lengthy project where they were experimenting on people to see how mind control would work, and not for behavior modification purposes, as it says. It was actually used more as a way to kind of break people and get them to do what the government wanted them to do, like spying on people, etc. If you want to see me do another video on that, let me know in the comments below, and I can do a whole video on that. Let's talk about the Dalai Lama's impressive salary. So the conspiracy is that the Dalai Lama is, in fact, a CIA agent. Dun 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 dun. The truth. Perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling and all the photos that you see has something to do with his, get this, 6-figure salary he pulled down from the U.S. government during the 1960s, and according to declassified intelligence documents, has earned over $180 million in connection with the CIA's funding of the Tibetan resistance to the tune of $1.7 million per year. The idea was to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure. Yo, that's crazy. If I made that much, I wouldn't be renting. I'd be living it up, just saying. John Lennon was under government surveillance. So the conspiracy is that the FBI was spying on former Beatle member John Lennon. This turns out to be true. The crazy conspiracy theories regarding celebs are always interesting, and this is one that is most certainly true. Like many counterculture heroes, Lennon was considered a threat. Anti-war songs like Give Peace a Chance didn't exactly endear from Beatle John Lennon to Nixon administration, NPR reported in 2010. In 1971, the FBI put Lennon under surveillance, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service tried to deport him a year later. Lennon is one of the 13 more notable celebrities you didn't realize that was watched by the FBI. Yo, that's crazy. So you write a song about, I don't know, making love, not war, and giving peace a chance because there's so much war in the world and craziness, might I add, instigated by the government, and they want to put you on a watch list? Yeah, they're over here selling guns and firearms to people that are attacking us and then paying them to attack us, but the minute we speak out against it, we're watched by the FBI. Tell me that's not crazy. The government is spying on you is the conspiracy. With the advances in technology, the government is using its vast resources to track citizens everywhere. This, in fact, is true. In 2016, the government agencies sent out 49,868 requests for user data to Facebook, for 2,850 to Google, and 9,076 to Apple, according to Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy. You've probably also heard that your computer and camera can be used to spy on you. And here is the real likelihood someone is watching you through the camera. I mean, honestly, I've seen too many videos and things, and for this not to be true. Yes, this is 100% true. The government is spying on you with your camera through your computer, your camera through your phone, your voice recorder. They have someone on the other end. Gee, I hope you're not bored looking at all my stupid memes that I send out to friends, because believe me, I send out plenty of them to the agent who's watching my phone. Sorry, not sorry. I will just keep sending out and researching things, and giggity, you have to watch me, so might as well have something fun to learn about, right? It's just like, this is crazy what our world's come to. We don't even have the freedom to be free, which brings me to the question of the day. Are we living in a simulation reality? Is this a reality that we're in, like this maze that the government has built, and we're just people reliving like a video, reliving everything over and over and over again? Let me know what you think in the comments. Big Tobacco knew that cigarettes cause cancer. The conspiracy is, for decades, tobacco companies buried evidence that smoking is deadly. The truth, at the beginning of the 1950s, research was showing an indisputable statistical link between smoking and lung cancer. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that Philip Morris, the nation's largest cigarette maker at the time, even admitted that smoking could indeed cause cancer. Yes, because nobody wants somebody to be a patient and be cured. People want customers for life. And so how can doctors have customers for life? By being in the back pocket of big pharma and tobacco companies. They know it causes cancer. They know that also by smoking. It's kind of like taking like medication for ADD or ADHD. It has a very calming effect on the brain. And so a lot of people will smoke cigarettes like as an addictive habit, or like in place of taking medication for mental health issues. Fake battle, real war. The conspiracy is that the Gulf of Tonkin incident on August 2nd, 1964 was faked to provoke American support of the Vietnam War. Now, this is true. I did some research on this as well, so this is true. By the time the news reached American ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on the American naval ship Maddox were already fuzzy. Declassified intelligence documents have been since revealed that the Maddox had provided support for South Vietnamese attacks on nearby island, and that the North Vietnamese were responding in kind, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. The event opened floodgates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam. Crazy stuff. There is alien evidence in the American Southwest. The conspiracy is that E.T. is buried in the desert of New Mexico. This is in fact true. This one is real. The Arthur video game E.T., the extraterrestrial, failed so miserably by the company they buried unsold cartridges in the desert landfill. Wait, what did you think I meant? Did you think I was talking about real aliens in New Mexico? Not yet, anyway. Although, we all know now that the government has come forward and admitted what we knew all along, that aliens are real. And in fact, will go on to say that they are interbreeding with the human race. If you think this is crazy, hit that like and subscription button. If you think this is false, argue your point in the comments and let me know why. Okay, I'm going to try and get through this one without laughing. Canada tried to develop a gaydar machine. Conspiracy. The Canadian government was so paranoid. I'm sorry, this is like the third time trying to film this. The Canadian government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine. This is in fact true. It really happened in the 1960s. The government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in the federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to the same sex erotic imagery. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, military, and Mounties. The American government was just as guilty of this. Today, that would be discrimination. Also, I included a picture because I'm just, I'm laughing, but I'm also in shock that this was a real piece of machinery. I thought for sure that this was going to be like a fake conspiracy theory, but it's true. You can see the picture. Here is a picture of the Canadian 1960s gaydar machine. The Illuminati and the U.S. government. So the conspiracy here is a secret society that rules the world is the Illuminati, and the U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, are in cahoots. This is in fact true. We're here to tell you a link does exist, and in fact, of course, the link is actually a hyperlink, an electronic link between two internet sites. If you type in Illuminati backwards, ITANIMULLI, into the web browser, you will land on the NSA website. Click this link if you dare. Rumor has it the elite society includes tons of famous personalities, actors, actresses, and performers. Meanwhile, the royal family is in a league of their own, since they are 18 insane conspiracy theories surrounding the royal family, one of them including that they are lizard people.